Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. Today is Sunday. I am getting ready for church, so I'm trying to pull myself together a little bit before we can get up out of here. Today I will be at church. We'll be like leading the service, like doing like the first part, like the announcements and stuff like that. I'm always excuse me, I'm always like nervous about doing. I'm always honored when my pastor asks me. I'm always nervous too because I'm not a speaker. I don't like speaking in front of people, and like I don't know, I'm always nervous about it. Typically when I do anything in church, it's like reading the scripture or whatever. That's pretty, to me, easy because I can like read it and study it and not just get up there and read it. I can kind of put a little, emphasis on certain parts because I have time to like study it. And I like to, not just read just the scripture, but like I'll go back and read the whole verse or whatever. So, but this is more so, like I said, it's still just reading it, but that's the thing, like I just don't want to read off the page. I want to actually, like, I don't know, like I said, put a little personality in it, but then at the same time I gotta be like, okay, this is church, Kayla. You can't talk how you want to talk because it's church. But nevertheless, this is what I'm getting ready for. I don't know, like I said, I'm always up for a challenge. So, and I still, like, it was so many things I think I talked about in October that I wanted to do or planned on doing. I have got nothing done. One of which was my niece's baby shower. Now, she did go into labor early, and her and baby are now at home. It's been like a 2-week process, like her, going into labor early and all of that, and baby having to stay because it was premature. But nevertheless, she's at home, baby's at home, everybody's doing good. So we did have to do that, but we are still planning on doing something for her later on. Once, like I said, baby is still, small and growing. So we can't really just do nothing. When you're a new parent, you just don't want to leave your baby, right? Like, I had an opportunity to watch her for a couple hours Friday. So, yeah. And she's so tiny and cute. But, yeah. So, that was one thing that got postponed. But like I said, those, like, weeks of going back and forth to the hospital. Because we just one of them families, like, we gonna be there for each other no matter what. So, it wasn't just like my sister and her family dealing with it. Like, I was there too. I wanted to be in the room when she gave birth, but they don't allow so many people, and so I just stayed in the waiting room. But we did get a chance to watch it on FaceTime. So it's like I was there, but not really though, right? It was like really nice. And what's crazy is, like, I was there like when my sister gave birth to her first child. So it was like, it was really special. So, I love babies and birth and like this giving life. I think that's just the best thing in the world. So I had a chance to do that. And then I supposed to been working on this church brunching thing, and I just done got so sidetracked off of it. Like I said, ever since the person that originally is supposed to do it, I guess we couldn't coordinate within her date. Like, it's been crickets. I was like, hey, let another day and time. But I did talk to like my therapist, who actually said she was willing to come and speak, but she couldn't come in October. It would have to be like sometime in November, which is pretty dope for your personal therapist. Said she would come and talk, for you. And she was like, well, because she's always encouraged me to do things that like push me outside of my comfort zone. She's always talking about, doing things that, bring me joy. And that's one of the things I have been really, really talking about. And so, I'm sorry. Haley. So she encouraged me just to try to see if we could do it, anyway, without necessarily like a speaker. So I haven't get a chance to talk to the pastor's wife because she's been like, you know, really helping like my sister with things, and she has her own little grandbaby, and it's like they just in grandma mode over there, and like it's just been kind of like the three of us. So I think we could still quite possibly do like a holiday brunch or lunch, and for me, I think that would be really good. It would just give people, the women of the church, a chance to see like, hey, we are doing something, because right now we are doing a food drive for Christmas. We collecting food for Christmas baskets, so we've been doing that. So it's really exciting to see, like, you know, when you go in and people have brought food, and it's like, it's really exciting that, you know, you are part of, you know, us doing it, because they haven't done that in the past, but that was something me and my sister wanted to do. So, and we still gotta distribute those. So yeah, I got the wrong brush, y'all. Well, I'm trying to make it work because this was really not going on like I want to, this particular brush. So I got that. But yeah, like I was saying, I want to possibly do like a holiday brunch, lunch, introduction, getting more people involved, and like perhaps they could lead us in the right direction when it comes to like having a speaker to speak about like health issues and stuff. So that's something I'm gonna present, you know, like, hey, do we have enough time? We don't have to be nothing big, play a couple of games, and it's just about the fellowship and coming together as women, because I think as women we are like really, really dope, really, really powerful, and we just don't know it yet, and we got to tap into that. And that's one of the things I've been working on personally. It's like with I want to start a nonprofit, or I don't know, a group, and it's Pretty with a Purpose, and it's just to empower women to know that they have a purpose in life. It's more than just being pretty or just being here. We are here. We're put here for a reason. Everybody individually was put here for a reason, and sometimes we don't know that, and we just kind of going through life, and that's where all the mistakes and the trials and the errors come into play, because we really don't know. We're not operating with a purpose. We just going through life, and it's really for women of any age. You know, you got your young folks that's just getting out of high school or graduating college, and they trying to figure out what I do now. You know, you be in that stage, or somebody who's been in a long-term relationship and they been codependent on somebody. It's like, now what I'm supposed to do? I don't have this person. Or the woman that has been raising her kids and now they're off married and doing their own thing. Like, your whole identity was being a mother. So now what am I supposed to do? So that's where this whole concept comes in, is that you have a purpose. So let's find it. Let's work on it. And I feel like the first step is just knowing that you have a purpose. And so, yeah, so that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to develop some products in the process too to sell. I have gotten some. I'm working on a website. I'm doing, like I said, I'll be doing a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do, but I really need to get these things pushed before the holidays so I can have a little extra income coming in. But really, I just really want the whole concept and idea of my I don't want to say brand, business, to come into play. And I think that's why I think like today, this opportunity to speak is something that's gonna help me long down the line. So when I have, because I'm speaking into the existent, speaking opportunities, it will be like, okay, well, I did this, so I can do that, right? So we're gonna speak positive things. We're gonna speak positive things, and we're gonna surround ourselves with positive things and people. So this is on the up from here, y'all. So let me go in here and see what my daughter is doing, because I know she's probably doing something she's supposed to be doing. So until the next one, bye.